Oh, baby, we got playoff hockey coming your way from Watertown, Mass. Peabody Tanners, St. Mary Spartans. Call this game whatever you want. Student versus teacher, David versus Goliath, rematch of last year's playoffs. No matter what you call it, you are in for one heck of a hockey game, folks. I'm Bernard Parisi with Peabody Access TV, bringing you once again game time coverage of Tanner girls ice hockey. Peabody Tanners coming to this game, they're 14 wins, 4 losses, 2 ties on the year. They're fresh off of their 2-0 preliminary round victory over the Winthrop Vikings. Third time they played the Vikings this year. They have defeated them twice and tied them once in Winthrop. Abby Buckley was the steady hand in net, shutting out the vaunted Vikings offense, and Kat DiGiulio provided both goals on offense. Down the other end of the ice, the St. Mary Spartans, 16 wins, 2 losses, 2 ties coming into this game. They absolutely drubbed Mansfield 9-1 in their preliminary round game. Expectations are very high for the Spartans coming into this game, especially with their high-octane offense and with their veteran senior netminder, Lauren Vaccaro, in net. Interesting fact about Vaccaro, she started her career as a freshman backup for Michelle Roach in her first year as the Peabody Tanner head coach. Unable to get any playing time, really, she transferred to St. Mary's, and folks, she has absolutely flourished. One of the best goaltenders in the conference. On the other end, Abigail Buckley, as I said before, fresh off of her 2-0 shutout over the Winthrop Vikings. The key to victory for the Tanners is you got to play tight defense. I'm guessing during the 4 days of practice in between the first round and this round, Roach really emphasized play tight defense. Don't get caught up ice. Take the offensive chances when they come to you. Don't get overly aggressive and stay out of the box. Whoever scores the first goal in this game is likely going to win. Once again, I'm Bernard Parisi with Peabody Access TV, and we'll be bringing you game time coverage in just a moment.
How'd it go? That's my brother.
At this time, we invite both veterans and current military personnel to please stand. We thank you for your service to our country. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the teams of tonight's contest. First, the visiting team from the Northeast Conference, the Tanners of Peabody, Winfield, and North Reading High School. Starting out with sophomore, number 25, Paige Thibodeau. Starting at center, freshman, number 18, Maria Pierce.
Chris.
Starting at right wing, junior, number 8, Sammy Minnesota. Starting on defense, sophomore, number 3, Riley Andrews. Starting on defense, junior, number 15, Carolyn Perry. And starting goal, the senior and captain of the Tanners, number 31, Abigail Buckley. And rest of the Tanners, the head coach is Michelle Roach.
Yes.
We're not used to
And
this.
now the home team from the Catholic Central Conference, the Spartans of St. Mary High School. Starting at left wing, the senior and captain of the Spartans, number 16, Cody Brock.
Should we move away from the microphone?
Starting at
You gotta sit out.
number 25,
get nasty.
I get nasty.
starting at right wing, the junior,
Like, you should be fine.
starting at defensive senior and captain of the Spartans, number 6, Maddie Hancock. Also starting on defensive junior, number 7, Kelsey Sullivan.
We're all nervous. Sound editing.
And starting goal,
We're probably the worst. I'm the worst out.
Let me realize this. If I didn't have the camera with me, you'd probably be taking me out of here. You know, it's
Why? Especially when they trip off yes, when I want to kill them.
for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back inside the John A. Ryan rink here in Watertown, Mass. Probably wondering why either of these teams are really at their home rink. Apparently after the preliminary round of the MIAA tournament, every game has to be played at a neutral site, so both teams from Lynn and Peabody trekking their way out to Watertown, Mass to this, the John A. Ryan rink. Get a look at the Tanner bench preparing for what will be, to this point, the biggest game of any of their careers. The Tanners have not made the playoffs up until 3 years ago. They knocked out the preliminary round versus an opponent. I can't quite remember who it was. And then last year, preliminary round elimination at the hands of the Frank Pagliuca-led St. Mary Spartans. Coach Pags on the other side of the ice from Michelle Roach. I mentioned in the pregame, student versus teacher. Michelle Roach was I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the first captain in St. Mary's girls ice hockey history, and she played under none other than Coach Frank Pagliuca. After she graduated from college, she went back and was an assistant coach for the longtime revered St. Mary Spartan coach. He has a couple of state tournament wins under his belt to his credit. He coached there for well over a decade, if I'm not mistaken, almost 2 decades. After her assistant coaching stint there, she coached a couple programs, one of which was Masco before she came to Peabody. She has a reputation of reviving struggling programs, Michelle Roach, and she has certainly done that with the Tanners in what is now her 4th season. This is the deepest playoff run the Tanners have ever had. Puck is dropped. Pierce on the face-off, and we're underway. Tanners immediately. Mira Solo jumping all over it. Trying to make a statement right out of the gate. Behind the net they go. St. Mary's will try to get it out, clear the zone. The Tanners playing very aggressive when they have the puck in the offensive zone, but when they get out, they're probably going to be playing a little bit more conservative. Don't take too many chances up ice. If the puck goes in the neutral zone, chase it a little bit, but if it's out of your reach, don't go for it. Just drop back and play tight D. Mary's going back, Peabody will dump and chase. Trying to get it, I believe it's Gareth Foley, the junior defender, number 15 of the Tanners. She's kind of the vet on defense by de facto now. Mary's will recoil behind the net. I apologize for any of the jerky camera movements, by the way, folks. I'm positioned currently behind the Spartans bench or the Spartans net, and a bunch of fans to my left and right. So you might not be able to get a full view at times as we get a stoppage of play. And I apologize for the metal posts on the glass getting in your way at any time. Apologize for any obstructions. As this shot right off the face-off, Vaccaro making a quick pad save. Right up along the boards, Kat DiGiulio, the 2-goal scorer. In the first playoff game versus Winthrop, Jess Robert down on the boards to get it, held up by a couple defenders. Her line mate DiGiulio will go back down to help her out. DiGiulio comes out with it, sends it back down up high, shot, and tipped by Robert, but wide. Julio again moving behind the net. Forwards are staying mobile. Kind of what you need to do against this St. Mary squad. One advantage, the advantage they have over the Tanners distinctly is the size advantage. They're much bigger and a little bit faster than the Tanners. The Tanners rely on skill and passing in most part, and also Abby Buckley in the steady hand of the now senior goaltenders. This one is almost an offensive rush. It is sent back down the length of the ice for an icing on St. Mary's. We get a look at the 20-goal scorer and now junior captain Sammy Mirasolo. Mirasolo, last year's Conference Player of the Year. She had 26 goals last season to go with 15 assists. This year she's got 20 goals and 12 assists. Some would say those are kind of decline in her numbers, but you got to consider she's playing on a line with Paige Thibodeau and Maria Pierce, 2 of the most talented young forwards in the entire conference. Pierce kind of bit into her goal total this year. She had 11 of her own. Thibodeau picked up 5 goals for her own credit. So really, the numbers are kind of watered down simply because she's playing with 2 of the most extremely talented players in the entire MIAA. Speaking of, here comes Mirasolo. They play up the wing, into the middle, shot into the gut of a defender in front. They whack away at it, and Thibodeau couldn't come out with it. Shot from the point, and it goes just wide of Vaccaro. Vaccaro sticks it out, and a defender has to get her stick on it to try to save the play. Shot on net. Vaccaro with the save, and St. Mary's trying to set something up. They have not been able to apply really any offensive pressure on Abby Buckley to this point. She has yet to make a save. Uncharacteristic. Last year in the first round, it's kind of reverse. Here comes Flynn, and a shot goes wide. And kind of a reversal of last year's game. The Spartans last year, they put up most of the offense. They had more of the shots on goal. I think Peabody all of last game had only between 6 and 12 shots on goal, if I'm not mistaken. The Robert DiGiulio Flynn line is out. Off the boards, trying to set it up to Flynn. Their favorite plays is to bank it off the boards in the neutral zone to get to Flynn. In front, nope, nothing there. Spartans trying to get something going here. Comes up, just narrowly avoiding an offside was the Spartans as Guerin will go back down and retrieve Sadie Guerin, the talented freshman, as Buckley freezes it underneath. Look there at Abigail Buckley. Any game at the moment for her could be her last game as a Tanner. She is a senior. After this year, no matter what, she will be leaving for college. Very talented netminder. Would be surprised if she gets into a pretty good school with those skills. Face-off won by the Tanners, and they're trying to clear. And around the boards by St. Mary's. So we had about 11 and a half to go in the first period of this MIAA round 2. Mary's comes out of the scrum with it. They feed it in front. Good clear by Garofoli to get it out. They're going to call icing on Peabody just so they can get a line change.
Where's your tan?
This game's being brought to you by Peabody Access TV. Bringing you all the local sporting events, town hall meetings, school events, etc., from Peabody, Massachusetts. South. Won by the Tanners. Here comes just Robert, but she'll choose to just dump and chase. And they go. As Mira Solo, I think she kind of pushed someone into the net, then one of the Spartans retaliated, throwing her into the net. I did notice about the game last year as someone goes down on the boards hard. That's going to be a power play, I think, coming up for the Tanners. Thibodeau was kind of hitting into the boards. We'll see what we're going to get here out of this one.
Let's go!
So yeah, it is going to be a power play for the Tanners. Their vaunted power play going to work. Back up high, Mirasolo. Goes past the defender. The Spartans trying to get a shorthanded break here. Almost had it. St. Mary's trying to recoil. I apologize if I'm just going to be saying St. Mary's or the Spartans for the rest of the game. I do not have the roster sheet with me. I only remember the name of the goaltender, Lauren Vaccaro. There's a couple players that I remember by name. I don't remember their numbers at the moment. As the Tanners are going to try to clear the zone. A little bit of physical play along the boards. Here comes Mirasolo through the middle. Shot, and it, just barely trickled wide. Mirasolo, known for her speed and her skill with the puck. Leading goal scorer for Peabody, 20 goals, 12 assists on the year. Jen Flynn right behind her with 16 goals, 14 assists. Fed it across. Mirasolo, middle shot, kick, saved by a defender. A turnaround shot, and it is blocked aside by the same defender again. DiGiulio trying to set anything up, trying to get it in front of the net. That might be the place where you can get Vaccaro. You never really know, because last year, I think the Tanners in the last 3 games they've played, including last year's playoff game and the 2 regular season games they've played against each other this year, I think the Tanners have only put on 1 goal combined. That was the opening game against St. Mary's in Lynn. St. Mary's came here to Peabody, and I think we lost 5-0. So the first goal for the Tanners is key, not only just for the scoreboard, but for morale moving forward. Once you get that first goal, it kind of gets you fired up, especially against a team that has a goaltender that is this skilled. Someone goes down into the boards, gets up rather gingerly. DiGiulio and Pierce are there fighting for the puck, so trying to make some kind of a change, as you'll never see DiGiulio and Pierce on the same line. In the middle, DiGiulio shot went way wide. The shot goes just to the right of Vaccaro, almost on net. I don't think the defenders even saw this one coming, really, so if that had been on net, that could have been catastrophic for the Spartans as we get a stoppage. For an icing, I believe, on Winthrop. Not Winthrop, I apologize, St. Mary's. Sorry, I kind of had a flashback to the previous playoff game for the Tanners. like I said before, 2-0 victory over the Winthrop Vikings. It was a monumental victory for the Tanners. Worth noting in history, that is their first ever tournament playoff game win, as we got a tie-up right in front of me to the behind the net, and St. Mary's comes out there. They're going to race up ice quickly. No, intercepted. Peabody. Thibodeau. Quickly to her right. Send it back up along the board to her defense, but St. Mary's intercepts. Here they come quickly. They got size and speed to work with. Moving around. In the middle. Shot goes wide again. So the defenders using their bodies to block shots. That's kind of why Vaccaro didn't face a lot of shots last year in the playoff game. Defenders are not afraid to throw their body in front of the puck. Broken up and almost tipped into the net off the skate of, I think, Jess Robert. Great defensive awareness to prevent any kind of offensive rush. I kicked that at Vaccaro. If it had gone in the net, I doubt it would have counted. But great defensive awareness out of the senior captain of Peabody. 12 goals, 10 assists on the year for Jess Robert. A hat trick in the annual Carlin Cup matchup versus Bishop Fenwick High School. The Spartans race for the puck. Peabody trying to play defense, and Buckley has it underneath. She sure enough does. For a stoppage real quick. Faceoff comes to the right of Abigail Buckley. Two main goaltenders for the Tanners are Abby Buckley, Jen Collins. Jen Collins has 3 shutouts on the year. She's the backup, 6-0, only 6 goals allowed on the year. I think going forward, she's the presumptive starter for what it will be her senior year next season. Tied up along the boards again. So back down and around. That is Flynn, I believe, trying to set something up with Garofoli. Julio Robert is there. Ganter going back down to retrieve. Trying to clear the zone because the Spartans are starting to put on the offensive pressure finally, as the Tanners dominated the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game in terms of offense. Center ice. Just moving, trying to stick handle their way around. Shot goes wide of Vaccaro. Rebound! Oh, and it was almost tucked in by Thibodeau from a no-angle shot. Spartans making quick changes. Both teams making, I think, complete line changes. Tanner's trying to take advantage. Thibodeau, once again, Paige Thibodeau. Held in. Spartans will dump and chase. Peabody intercepts, race to get it. Here comes the Spartans again. Behind they go. We will just send it off the boards. The defense pairings are usually going to be Garofoli and Ganter, along with Guerin and Catherine Sweeney, as Buckley saves it and just gives it away to none other than Sadie Guerin. Guerin possessing one of the best slap shots in the entire conference. Here's a solo race to get it. She's going in again, trying to deke around the defense, and except the defender's stick was a little bit quicker. A little pep in her stick there. She whacks the puck away from Mirasolo, and they'll chase it behind into the corner. Intercepted by the Spartans, and good clear to keep it away from Jen Flynn. Flynn, 16 goals on the season. Spartans trying to play defense, but the Tanners are dominating the level of play. Goes down in the corner. Nothing coming here. In the middle. Shot. Blocked into a skate again. Garofoli sends it around the boards. That puck reverberated off her stick around the rink. Impressive turnout for, especially since this game is a decent distance away from Lynn and Peabody. It was about a half-hour drive for myself to get here. Good turnout to see so many St. Mary's and Peabody fans showing up. That is just that is absolutely heartwarming to see. So many friends, family come out to support their daughters, friends, sisters, whatever relation they are, to come support them in this playoff season. The winner of this game will play Tewksbury-Methuen on Thursday night in Woburn, and we get a stoppage of play. I believe it's going to be offside on St. Mary's. Or whatever's happening, they're actually going to bring the face-off down into the offensive zone of St. Mary's to the left of Abby Buckley. A tie up there, no clear winner. Maria Pierce going around behind. She's easily distinguished with the white face mask. The only player on the ice wearing that white face mask. You can't see the number 18, just look for that. Here's Solo. Stick handles around the defense, puts on the brakes. Tied up in the corner. She gets the puck. Sometimes just let her go, folks. She'll make something happen. This one is sent across ice. Spartans making a complete line change. From the Tanners trying to dump it into the zone so that the forwards can chase. Problem is, the Spartans kind of have the speed advantage at the moment over the Tanners, so maybe the dump and chase game probably isn't the best strategy to work with. Probably take your chances holding the puck on your own stick and taking it yourself. Here comes the Spartans. Buckley moving to her left. Nothing happening as Robert goes behind the net trying to set something up. Kept out. Here comes Peabody. Kat DiGiulio showing some speed through the defense. Around, shot, and it went off the pillow of Vaccaro in net.
Right there.
Big scrum. Can't quite see who has it. St. Mary's into the corner they go.
There we go.
No score to report yet here in Watertown, Mass. The John A. Ryan rink. In the middle, shot into a skate again. Another shot. Wet wide. No, it's on Vaccaro, and she makes a stick save. It almost barely trickled through. Oh, baby, this game is heating up. Here they come again. Shot. What a save by Vaccaro on another DiGiulio cannon. In front of us, Kat DiGiulio, number 17. Senior captain, and what could be her final game depending on the outcome of this match. Playoffs, you play your heart out. It's a whole new season, folks. Forget about the record in the regular season. Just focus on this. Here come the Spartans. Shot! Great defense by the Tanner defenders to prevent that puck from getting through on Buckley. Tara Foley going back down to chase with Ganter. Solo chasing after a forward for the Spartans. She feels the pressure and will just decide to, well, I just want to dump the puck into the corner. I don't want to get hit. Here comes St. Mary's after they jumped back a little to try to set up another offensive rush. We hit about a minute and a half to go. We're in the first period of round 2. Moving in, going forward, back up when Deeks around the defense. Backhander on net. Went up high, and I think it was deflected into the mesh netting up over our heads, and we get a stoppage. This game is going much better for the Tanners than it was last year. Although, granted, last year there was no score going into the third period. Abby Buckley was 42 of 44 on saves. Only conceded 2 goals in the final period. That were just really luck goals, to be honest with you folks. So this game actually, now that I think of it, is really, in terms of the score, is mirroring last year. As an arm goes up, I think we're going to see Garofoli go to the box here for 2 minutes. The Tanner penalty kill will have to go to work to kill off the penalty. I think Carolyn Garofoli is going to go 2 minutes for tripping. In terms of the scoreboard, it's exactly like, it's reminiscent of last year's first round playoff game between these two bunches. Except the Tanners have really dominated the level of play so far in the first period. The ice has been tilted in their favor. It's just either going to try to dump and chase, look for something offensively, and if there's nothing there, just dump it down and let the Spartans try to go back and kill off some time. Behind the net, it could be worked. To the outside, it is sent to the back. Held up, back to the point. In the middle, down low. And trying to find something. Fed it across. shot. Buckley with a remarkable save at the side of the net, and it's gotten out. 30 seconds to go in the first. Nothing happens here. The Spartans will enter the second period on a power play. There's Solo chasing after the forward. Nothing happening here. They can just kill off the last few seconds. We will go to the intermission with no score. Spartans looking for one last rush. Final seconds tick away in the first. Chase down the other end, and we will go to the first intermission. No score to report from Watertown, Mass. The Tanners dominating the level of play so far. Yes, they'll be on a penalty kill going into the second period, but still, the ice has been heavily tilted in their favor. Looking forward to some heavy action in the second period. I'm Bernard Parisi with PBD Access TV. We'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back inside the John A. Ryan rink here in Watertown, Mass. Once again, bringing you game time coverage. I am Bernard Parisi with PBD Access TV. No score to report going into the second period of this round 2 MIAA tournament game between the PBD Tanners and the St. Mary's of Lynn Spartans. The Tanners will come into the period. They're on a penalty kill. Carolyn Garofoli in the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Kind of a little bit of a ticky-tacky call if you ask me, but regardless, the Spartan offense will get the first opportunity to get going 5-on-4 for the next, I believe, 53 seconds going into the period. Frank Pagliuca conferring with his very talented bunch. But they always seem to find the most talented players in the league, 62-2 on the year. I mean, that has to, with a record like that, you have to say they're one of the most talented teams in the league. But then again, the other side of the ice, you got a team that 4 years ago was almost dropped by the PBD athletic program, the PBD high school athletic program, due to a series of poor records and no playoff appearances in their team history. Up until the hiring of head coach Michelle Roach, a coach with a reputation of reviving struggling programs. Before she came here, she was the head coach at Masco for the girls team, I believe, and she revived the program there. Masco is a very dominant team at the moment. I believe the Tanners and the Chieftains have actually both tied for the win in the tied for the conference title. As we got face-off won by St. Mary's. Abby Buckley and Lauren Vaccaro will swap ends of the ice. Buckley is nearest to us, Vaccaro down the other end. Quick like a cat in net, though. I mean, she's got cat-like reflexes. That is something you need for a goaltender, an ideal trait that you'd want. St. Mary's in the middle, shot. Went off the shoulder, I think, of Buckley. It may have been deflected in front. Buckley is another shot wide. Deeks around the defense, in on net. Buckley will just put her glove down and cover this one up, so we get a stoppage. I'm sure Michelle Roach is relying heavily, as any coach would rely heavily on the goaltender, but especially she is relying very much on Abigail Buckley, what could be her final game as a Tanner starter. She wants to extend her career for another game. What will be the next game, I believe, will be against Tewksbury Methuen at the O'Brien Rink in Woburn, Mass. this Thursday. So it will be a 2-day break. 2 days of practices followed by round 3. The quarterfinals game will follow at this rebound. Shot, and almost it didn't get through rebound. Buckley just happened to have her pad pressed against the iron, and she was able to make a no-look save. Here comes Jen Flynn. I think it may have just been blocked aside by a defender. Tanners haven't really put many shots on net. However, they have put the offensive pressure on Vaccaro. They have shot a lot of pucks in that general direction. Most of them have gone wide. But they have had their offensive breaks. So that is a very big change of pace from last year's first-round game between these two teams. Tanners in their dark blue and white jerseys. Spartans in their gold and navy blue highlighted uniforms, same as last year. Someone goes down. No call coming here on Peabody. Gotta say, I am, to be honest, a little surprised. They're in the middle, and they couldn't get it on net. Garofoli banks it off the boards in the neutral zone, trying to clear it, but St. Mary's will shoot this one down the length of the ice. Oh, and the puck kind of hits the boards right in front of me. Even though there's boards and a big piece of glass right in front of me, still startles me sometimes. As we get a stoppage play, and we'll get a face-off coming in the neutral zone. Off this draw, Peabody jumps all over it. Recall to avoid an offside, I believe, however. Oh, wait, no. Pierce in and can't make anything happen. Tanner's trying to just clear the zone. Power play came to an end about a couple minutes ago, actually. I forgot to mention. Garofoli is out of the box on the ice with their defense partner, Riley Ganter, the junior and the sophomore. Riley Ganter, and it is now her second year as a Tanner defender, trying to build on the skills that she acquired last year as a freshman under the leadership of senior defenders May Norton and Katie Purcell. Both graduated last year, the former number 18 and number 21 of the Tanners. The new 18 and 21 of the Tanners are Maria Pierce, the center on the Mirasolo line, and freshman defender Anya Pinillo. We saw get some good playing time earlier in the year. She has a very bright future ahead of her as we get a stoppage of play. And then we'll have a face-off coming up. I believe it will be in the neutral zone. An offside on the Tanners. 11:57 to go in the second period of round 2. The winner will play in the quarterfinals. For St. Mary's, it will be nothing new, really. They have made it there many times in the past few years. Frank Pagliuca has a few state title wins under his belt. However, for the Tanners, this would be every win that they make in the playoffs at this point is history in the making. Before the season, they've never won a playoff game. Here they come. Robert couldn't get the shot away. Shot on net, I think it went wide. It may have found Vaccaro's pad, just barely. If you're Lauren Vaccaro, you want to extend your season another game. More importantly, you do not want to lose to the team that you transferred from after your freshman year of high school to get more playing time. But so far, she really has been able to capitalize with said playing time. She was the backup behind Abigail Buckley. Honestly, I don't think Roach should be really regretting her decision. Abby Buckley, what I've seen in the last 2 years of covering this team, she is one of, if not the best, pressure goaltenders in the entire conference. When I say pressure goaltender, I mean when it comes to playoffs as we get a stoppage to play. When it comes to the big games, she comes up big. Last game, first ever playoff victory. She shut out the Winthrop Vikings last year's playoff game versus the St. Mary Spartans. 42 of 44 on saves. That's right, she made 42 saves out of the 44 possible shots that came her way. The only 2 misses were the 2 goals that came for the Spartans in the third period. She held a vaunted offense in check for 2 full periods with little defensive help, which has been a great change of pace for the Tanners. Their defense has really stepped up big. So we get a stoppage of play as we have just a Peabody player shaken up on the play. It's Sadie Guerin again down in the corner. We're going to step away for just a moment. And we'll bring you right back on Peabody XS TV in just a few seconds. Let's go, Sadie. Welcome back inside the John A. Ryan rink in Peabody, Mass. The player going off the ice for Peabody was Sadie Guerin. Appears to be an arm injury. She was kind of flexing her arm a little bit for one of the trainers at Peabody. Appears to be all right. She skated off under her own power. Very tough freshman defender. Wouldn't be surprised if you see her come back later in the game. We wish her nothing but the best, and hopefully she comes back soon. In the event, play continues. Wrap around, and I think it went wide. Buckley may have gotten a stick on it. Shot from the point, no looker.
Let's go, Riley.
Ganter will go back in to retrieve it. Guessing for the time being, the Guerin replacement on this defensive pairing will be Ella McTeague. McTeague, a freshman, number 7. I'm not sure if he's on the ice at the moment. I can't quite see. I think it's Garofoli and Ganter. Sweeney and McTeague will likely be the next D pairing. Here's trying to feed it up ice. down in the corner. And it gets something rolling here. Clear the zone. Thibodeau. Comes Mira Solo along the boards, one of her favorite places to work, trying to whack it in front of the net, hoping someone was there. No one is there, however. Tied up in the corner. Peabody trying to clear the zone, or actually trying to get something going. It's St. Mary's who clears the zone. As a matter of fact, they go down to retrieve. No icing coming here. I think it was a Peabody pass, actually. Shot on net. Buckley tapping the pad out there for another save. Down in the corner. Big scrum for the puck. Board battles are dominating this game so far. Back up high. St. Mary's trying to get a shot on net. Got two forwards in front of the net that can tip it in. And Mira Solo, good awareness to clear the puck. She's racing back up ice. Here they come. Ganter behind her. Shot went wide of Vaccaro. Many shots have gone her way. None have, really not that many have found their way on net, however. A lot of the shots that have found their way on net have just kind of barely trickled through. Flynn backhands it across. Nope, she holds. Shoot is kicked off of her stick by a St. Mary's defender. Around behind, trying to wrap around from the side of the net was DeGiulio, one of her favorite plays to work. Nothing happening here. Trying to serve up a DeGiulio special. Special play is a spin around shot from behind the net. That's where she does most of her dirty work. So we get a stoppage of play, and we'll turn the face-off down to the right of Lauren Vaccaro as we got a icing on St. Mary's. The Robert line is out with Flynn and Kat DeGiulio. Sadie Guerin and Catherine Sweeney are the defenders. Back to the point. Guerin trying to let it go. Got her stick tied up. Good play by the Spartan defense. DeGiulio trying to get it. They have to chase it down. Here comes the Spartans. Shot on net. Buckley has a defender bearing down on her. She saves it, and we got a little extracurriculars right in front of the net. Buckley made the save. She had the forward coming in on her, trying to whack the puck out of her glove. She was able to freeze it underneath, and we got a little bit of a little rough horseplay after the whistle, should I say. No penalties coming here, so good awareness to get out of the scrum when you could. The Spartans trying to get it in front of the net. That's where they can beat Buckley. And someone goes down. We're going to get a call here. I think it'll be against Peabody. And it looks like we're going to see a Peabody player go to the box for the next 2 minutes. I think it's going to be Thibodeau, as the Mirasolo Pierce line is out. She's the one forward that's noticeably absent in this line. Behind the net, it could be worked. Shot, and Buckley squeezing it between her legs. What a remarkable save as she was falling down. Abigail Buckley, the awareness, the skill. It doesn't get much better than that. The two qualities you want in a goaltender, she's got them all, folks. Trying to go 5-hole on Buckley. She says, Shot on net, shouldered away by Buckley. I think it actually may have gone wide or was deflected up into the mesh netting over the glass. We are going to get a stoppage. So coming to the right of Abigail Buckley. Off the straw, St. Mary's. Feed it across. Buckley, point blank shot. They can't get it away. She made the initial save, and she was on the other side of the net before the Spartans could really recoil. Here comes the Tanners. In on net. Shaw and Mirasolo almost put the Tanners up by 1. Short-handed. This team is dangerous. I've seen them score a lot of short-handed goals this year. Annette, no, almost from 6 inches away. She let the shot go. Buckley says, no, you don't. Defense trying to tighten up a little bit. The Spartans really starting to dominate the level of offensive play, something that Roaches was afraid of coming into this game. Tipped on net, and it just went wide. Shot, and I think it went off of the glove of Buckley from the point. Sprawling, rebound, she has it underneath, and she sure enough does. My goodness gracious.
Go, Buckley!
Abigail Buckley keeping the Tanners in the game with some of the best saves you'll ever see out of a high school goaltender. My goodness. Spartans trying to jump all over the face-off. Their strategy seems like get all their forwards to converge on the puck. Buckley going down to retrieve it. Can't get anything happening for the Spartans. Nine-way twirl. Up high, defender sends it down low. Shot through the crease. Oh, it almost looked like it could have been deflected in. I was trying to combine the words deflected and reflected there, folks. As we get a stoppage, and the icing on Peabody will bring it back down to the left of Abby Buckley. Only human, folks. Sometimes even I make mistakes. Gotta come up with everything on the fly in this job. Shot, slapper, Buckley into her gut, and she has it. Abigail Buckley. Wouldn't be surprised tomorrow. I know you're wearing about, what, 30 pounds of pads maybe? Wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow she wakes up with a couple fresh bruises from some of the shots that she's taking in this game. You know what? If they win, those are victory scars right there, Abby. To Julia, moving up ice. Nothing happening here. Robert in, shot, and Vaccaro. They're almost signaling a goal, but Vaccaro got the puck out. Lauren Vaccaro makes the save of her life. Best save of the game she's had to make so far. Back down. That's going to be an icing on the St. Mary Spartans. Back down to the right of Lauren Vaccaro. And Solo Pierce line is out with I believe it is the Mirasol Pierce line. Paige Thibodeau is out with them as well. Beat it in front, nothing happening there. Solo. Put it on net, nothing happening from behind. Thibodeau on the boards with Maria Pierce. Pierce, so much potential in the next few seasons. 11 goals as a freshman as Vaccaro. They whack away at it, and Lauren Vaccaro has it underneath as the whistle blows. St. Mary's, I think, will make a complete line change. Solo Thibodeau are still out, I believe, with Cantor, and I think that's Carolyn Garofoli. Nice tie-up by the Spartans. Race up ice quickly, trying to get it on net, and it looked like it almost trickled off the stick of Mirasolo on net. Buckley, in any case, has it underneath. It's in her glove. So we are midway through the second period of this round 2 playoff game between the St. Mary Spartans and the Peabody Tanners. Just worth noting real quick, I'm saying Peabody Tanners because I personally went to Peabody High School. That's what I've always known them as until just over 2 years ago. I found out they're a co-op team. Peabody brings in players from Linfield High School and North Reading High School as well. This shot from the neutral zone, I think Garofoli was just trying to clear it. Went on net, almost went through. Garofoli, speaking of, will go back down to retrieve. We have an icing on St. Mary's coming up. yes, the Peabody Tanners are a co-op squad. Peabody High School, North Reading, and Linfield High Schools all send their players this way to Peabody, Massachusetts to play their high school hockey. And that co-op strategy has worked out incredibly well for the Tanners off this draw. Flynn on the face-off. Throw it around up front. Nothing happening, and Carl has it underneath. More face-offs in the offensive zone for Peabody are exactly what they need. To Julio on the with Robert and Flynn. So back down the length of the ice, and I think we're gonna have another icing here. The Spartans icing the puck for two, three, four, maybe 4 plays in a row. Kind of uncharacteristic out of this bunch is they really try to focus on offense, especially since they scored 9 goals for Mansfield in the first round of the playoffs. Mansfield 9-8-3 coming into the playoffs. St. Mary 16-2-2. Send it away behind the net. It could be worked. Gearin sent up front. Rebound, and it went wide. Here's the Mirasola line is out. Throw it up front. In the middle. Shot. Gearin couldn't put it by Vaccaro. Behind again they go. Sweeney, defense trying to keep it in. Can't. Let's go jump back on defense to recoil as Buckley will just freeze it under her pad, and we get a stoppage of play. So a complete line change coming up for the Tanners. All 5 forwards and defenders go off. 5 new players come on. Ganter, Garofoli with DeGiulio, Flynn, and Robert. Flynn shot, and from just a couple feet away, Buckley with the stand-up save. Abigail Buckley keeping them in this game. The offensive pressure is starting to tilt back towards the Tanners' favor. Buckley still making the timely saves. Back to the point. Lets it go. Ripped out of the air with the glove. Abigail Buckley. Oh, Abby, take off the sweater. Show us the red S on your chest. You are making saves that even Superman couldn't make. My goodness, what a game for Abigail Buckley, regardless of the outcome. Just throw that glove in the air, and she just pulled it out of midair. I don't even think, looking back, she even saw it coming. Here comes Peabody. Robert in, shot. Jess Roberts scores! She roofs it over Vaccaro. It's 1-0 Peabody in the second period of this ever-important playoff game for the Tanners. Jessica Robert was going in stick side on Vaccaro. She just flung it over the left shoulder of Lauren Vaccaro in net on the glove side. And it's 1-0 Peabody. They've done what they were unable to do in last year's playoff game. That was put a puck past Lauren Vaccaro. 3:22 to go in the second, and the Tanners have the first goal of the game. Apologize for the voice crack on the goal, folks, but you know what? When this happens, especially against the St. Mary squad like this, you gotta get a little excited. Soft in the zone. Offensive zone. Through the neutral zone they come. St. Mary's shot on net. Buckley got her pad on it. It went wide. Here's roll around behind, gets something going. Trying to extend the 1-0 lead. Peabody with the ever-important first goal of the game. Shot! I think it went into one of her own defenders' skates in front. Scrum for the puck. Mirasola race to get it. Mirasola through the defense. Good stick handling to get through. Goes Catherine Sweeney as the forwards are going to make a change. The goal scorer, Robert, is on the ice. stoppage play, and they're going to bring it back to, I believe, the neutral zone. Or I think it might be, not quite sure what they're calling at the moment. And actually, they're going to bring it down to the right of Abby Buckley. Here's the way that the official is skating. Robert in on the face-off for the Tanners. We've seen Jen Flynn on the face-off numerous times this game. Stoppage. Garofoli has to fix the equipment real quick. And we're good to go again, she says. Shot from the point. It's in. Oh no, that could have been catastrophic for Abby Buckley. She had a wide open net and the puck was right in front of her on the stick blade of a Spartan forward. Shot. Buckley didn't see it coming and it deflects into her glove. She has it underneath. Abigail Buckley, this position, you got to have some terrific awareness and some cat-like reflexes in order to succeed in a spot like that. And she sure enough has every characteristic you need. The Tanners are actually on a penalty kill right now. I forgot to mention that earlier. Buckley stopped it, it went loose, and it has gotten back out. Trying to get it out of the zone, just trying to clear it. A power play down by 1. The St. Mary Spartans have to have a fire lit underneath them right now. To get back into this game. The passing, Slick trying to play it through. Buckley. Oh, they got someone up ice, I think. In on net. No, wait, no. Okay, never mind. That was. I thought we were seeing a breakaway right there. The puck went back down behind to retrieve. Shot on net. Buckley tapping her pad out there with her stick and gets it aside. Shot went off of a couple of players in front of the net. I think Spartan and PBD players got aware of that one. Point. Shot on net. Buckley got it out. Player falls down in the crease. Shot! Buckley just whacking this one aside. Every save she makes, the better she gets. Trying to play it through. Thank you, says Jess Robert. They try to catch her out of front. She scores! Jessica Roberts, second of the game, went backhand on Vaccaro. A shorthanded goal. Oh, mercy! 2-0 Peabody in the second period of round 2. Jess Robert, a shorthanded breakaway goal. And it is 2-0 in the second period. Oh, baby. They've scored more goals in this game than they have scored against St. Mary's in the past 2 seasons, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this game is only getting better and better as it goes along. Stay tuned, please, folks. Shot from the point on St. Mary's goes wide. Final seconds tick away as we hit 5 seconds to go in the period. Guerin will just try to kill off the rest of the clock, and she will. Peabody doing what no one expected them to do coming into this game. They've tacked on 2 goals against the St. Mary's Spartans. First by Jess Robert in front of the net. Second on a shorthanded breakaway. Robert once again showing off the moves, going backhand on Lauren Vaccaro. We will be right back from the John A. Ryan Rink in Watertown, Mass. Once again, I'm Bernard Parisi, bringing you game time coverage of Tanner Girls Ice Hockey from Peabody Access TV. We We are back at the John A. Ryan Rink in Watertown, Mass. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 15 minutes away from seeing who will advance to play Tewksbury-Methuen this Thursday. The Tanners, at the moment, holding the distinctive 2-goal advantage on 2 terrific goals that will belong on a highlight reel from Jessica Robert, the senior captain, number 28. Went over the shoulder of Vaccaro, and then on a breakaway shorthanded, a nice backhanded move past the senior netminder of the Spartans. St. Mary's coming to this period, would not be surprised if you see them really try to play a little bit more aggressive on offense, maybe a little bit more aggressive on defense. That has its drawbacks. Could send you to the box a lot. As this faceoff is immediately won by Peabody, but St. Mary's will try to jump all over it. They do. Shot. Buckley just patted aside. The Tanner fans to my left and right at the moment are going crazy. They want this victory.
Yep.
Badly. They want revenge over last year's playoff loss in the first round.
In that case, we better get home.
Won't pick it up, don't worry.
Spartan player blows a tire.
They're going to come in hard. They're going to come in strong and
St.
hard.
Mary's will try to chase it down.
Defense.
Not throw the leg to the ice. There's no icing coming up here. Mira Solo chasing after her.
It's in.
Play the game.
Corner they go. Peabody at this point, I would say probably in between the periods, the adjustments they wanted to make probably involve don't get too aggressive on offense, play the tight defense now. We have the 2-goal lead. Buckley falling down. I think she made the save, but she almost went down. That was prime opportunity for the Spartans to get it in front and score. Shot deflected off of a stick and right up into the chest of Buckley. Oh, mercy.
19 years old.
He said the mic will not. What did I say?
This, in my opinion, is the first time I've seen in my life the perfectly played hockey game. Very few penalties, and the underdog story coming to this game is Buckley makes the save. The Tanners coming to this game, they were the undisputed underdog coming in 14-4-2 against a 16-2-2 squad, a veteran coach who's won numerous state titles in his tenure as the St. Mary's coach. And they have absolutely exceeded the expectations of many pundits so far tonight.
I'm so glad
It's not over yet, though. Mira Solo. To the corner she goes, trying to backhand it on net. I think it went off the outside of the net. Spartan player goes down.
Oh, we got a penalty. They got another one.
Maria?
Going to see someone go to the box in the next 2 minutes for hooking. It is going to be a power play for Peabody as 17 of St. Mary's to the box for the next 2 for hooking.
You're former Marina. I'm former Marina. Look at Sammy. She's like, they're all her friends. I know. Come on, Pierce.
Off this face-off, St. Mary's wins it on actually kind of a tie up there.
Come on, Sadie.
Down around the boards, the Peabody defense try to keep it in. St. Mary's moving, jumping all over it. They try to catch them. They send it, it will go behind the net. Oh, Pierce will just bank it off the board. Slapper, and it was saved by Abby Buckley.
Our power play is just kill the 2 minutes off. He scored.
Come on, get there.
Boards, Peabody will race to get it, but nothing happened there. This one is cleared out by St. Mary's. Minute and 20 to go on the power play with 12:42 to go. Here in the third and final period, barring a 2-goal comeback, it will be a victory for the Tanners. If not, we might go to overtime. Gearin from no angle lets it go, and it was stopped aside by Vaccaro.
They're trying to get through the...
They can't keep it in. We will chase it down again. I think it's Pierce with Gearin and Mira Solo. It off the board, make a line change. Get the next power play line out. That should be the Robert DeJulia Flynn line.
Cat.
Go right in, go right in, go right in.
Holding around that spinner, and I think it trickled off of DiGiulio's stick. Oh, she's trying to serve up a DiGiulio special there. Go behind the net, spin, and shoot. Shot into a skate. Back up high. Shot on net. Vaccaro with the save on Gearin.
Again.
Let it go, let it go.
Another one goes wide. Julio down low.
I just saw my head.
As the Tanners and Spartans will move rather gingerly just to clear it. And we got a nope, no stoppage coming up. No call coming here. I think Gearin may have been tripped up a little bit.
The dock we're doing, there's a whole section devoted to her.
Get it out. Get in deep.
Tanners, here they come up ice. Julio out with Robert.
Back.
Helper. Nice catch.
Julio comes out of the corner scrum with the puck. In front, but a defender there. That number 7 for St. Mary's has positioned herself in front of Vaccaro most of the game tonight, and it has worked. She has played very sound defense to keep many Tanner shots away from their senior goaltender. Gingerly at the moment. I'm quite sure as to why. Oh, here's a chance, and it is blocked off the shoulder of Vaccaro. Paige Thibodeau had a lot of room to work with, just couldn't find her way through.
So Maria,
Scrum in the corner for the puck.
None of out. Maria. Stay right on.
Yeah.
Get back in.
Tanners in the neutral zone, looking to set it up again. Holding their 2-goal lead with 10 minutes to go in regulation. Folks, get ready for the if you're a Tanner fan, you're getting ready for the longest 10 minutes of your life at the moment. If you're a Spartans fan, you're going to be biting your nails for the next 10 minutes, hoping that your team can get back into it. Buckley on a good wrister from the point, and she has it underneath.
we're all gonna call it sick tomorrow.
Abigail Buckley having a performance for the history books.
No, and this team gets from 22nd. I know.
Stopped every single shot that has come her way tonight.
Just a regular game.
Off this draw, the Pierce, Mirasolo, Thibodeau line is out.
Just want to be a tough game.
The Spartans trying desperately to get something on net.
No, Jeff.
That's right, Margot.
Go, Jeff.
Peabody
Get up there.
Go the net. Go the net.
Too far out.
into the zone. Flipped on net, and it's just right into the glove of Vaccaro as Robert takes a tumble into the boards. As the fans to my left and right are really getting into this game right now. We've got Tanner fans to my left and to my right. Very heartwarming to see so many friends, family, all come out to support their team.
Put it on net.
Trekking all the way out from Peabody or Lynn to Watertown, Mass. Just to see a playoff hockey game. Folks, if you've ever been to a hockey game and you're watching this video, I suggest you go to one. It truly is a very fun time. It's a spectacle to witness. Greatest sport in the world, in my opinion. Perfect mix of like dramatic build-up, quick-paced action, and so much suspense. That's the point of the game. You never know who's going to score next. This one is shot around up front, big scrum. I don't think it ever found its way on net, however. Buckley from a point shot just very gently caught this one aside. Almost as if she's laying a baby down in a crib. With the same gentleness that a parent would do so, she just pats it aside.
Dump it out. Someone take an odd shot out. Get it together forward. Dump it out.
Down in the corner.
No.
Peabody just trying to clear the zone a little bit. Take some of the pressure off of Buckley. She pulls it up with her glove, and we'll get a stoppage. 8:17 to go here in the third period of round 2. Tanners 2-0 lead over the St. Mary Spartans. 8 minutes and 17 seconds away from avenging their first round loss in last year's tournament and from advancing to the state quarterfinals. The This is Division I hockey, folks. This is as good as it gets for the women's division, as this one shot, and Buckley was able to stop it aside. Oh, and it's getting physical here, laying a body check. I think that was Guerin. Clean hit, however. Tanner is always in play. A good mix of physical and skilled play. Nice moves around the defense by the St. Mary's forward.
That's unbelievable that she's only in 8th grade.
Weaving her way through.
Seems like the best plays around. Not even in high school.
Weaving through with the gentleness of a grandmother knitting a sweater for her grandson. Just weaving and weaving and weaving her way through. If that even makes any sense whatsoever, folks. What can I say? This is the kind of job where you need to come up with jokes on the fly. Mira Solo. Here she comes in on net. She scores! Mira Solo going posted in over the shoulder of Lauren Vaccaro. They celebrate down in the corner. 3-0. Tanner's in the third. And they're just piling it on now for good measure now. Sammy Mira Solo holding. I think she was trying to gesture like she was going to go short side on Vaccaro. She ended up going far side over the shoulder. Same, almost identical play that led to the second goal for Jess Robert earlier in the game. Or the first goal, actually, my mistake. She went right over the shoulder of Vaccaro. And it is 3-0 Peabody. The Tanners immediately applying more offensive pressure.
Sorry if I could do it.
Nothing happening here.
I just couldn't see the celebration. I was trying to get the pin.
Shot goes wide from about 20 feet out.
You're all set. Sorry if I
No, you didn't. No.
I was just trying to
Julia
get
Robert Flynn is out. Julia flips it on net and went wide. On the other end of the ice, in front, no, nothing happening here. The Tanner defense is taking the pressure off Abby Buckley. Big difference from last year. They relied almost exclusively on her to stop every puck that came her way. This year, the defense is a lot tighter. Very happy they have Buckley in net. However, they're not relying so much on her as to, this game is only the goaltenders. Trying to play it through was Peabody. They cannot. Halfway through the third period of round 2. Peabody jumping all over this one. Mira Solo going to get it again. Nothing happening there.
Oh, no. Oh, nice play,
Try to get it out again. There's something happening here. Jump down in the corner just in front of myself and this camera mount. Held in by Peabody along the glass. Closest to the St. Mary's bench. This is a unique rink where you can see both benches. They're cross ice from each other. Usually, most times you see both benches next to each other. Here they come. Peabody shot. Vaccaro blocks it aside. Lauren Vaccaro, it's going to be getting a little bit desperate here. She does not want to end her career on a loss against her former team. 5:05 to go in this third period of round 2. For the longest 5 minutes of your life, if you're a Tanner fan, for St. Mary's, going to be chomping on your nails for the next 5 minutes. But to know your team can explode for 3 quick goals to get back into this game.
You gotta get that interview tonight.
I have to.
The way the offense of the St. Mary Spartans works, they could absolutely do that. They put on 9 goals for Mansfield last week in their first round playoff game. No reason to believe that this game is over, folks. Do not count out the St. Mary Spartans at the moment. They're well coached and they're very skilled. Race to get it. Down to the corner. St. Mary's will win it.
In front, you got Paige in front.
You get it up ice. Here comes St. Mary's. Has a bunch of defenders around her. Puts on the break. Shot. Nice save, Abby Buckley again. Her Solo fresh off the bench. In all alone. Deeks shooting. She scores! Mirasolo with the epic celly to follow, and she is tackled and congratulated by her line mates. Oh, baby, she literally juked the defender out of her skates. She juked her, she deked her out. The defender actually fell down, and Mirasolo put it over the shoulder of Vaccaro again. 4-0 in the late going. Dare I say it, folks, that may be the final nail in the St. Mary season. Oh, mercy. One thing I will say, this Tanner team, they came into this game with a vengeance as we hit 3:40 to go in the third period. 4-goal lead to work with. Almost to the conclusion. Oh, here they come again. Peabody trying to get something going again. Maybe one more for good measure? I'm not quite sure at the moment. I'm pretty sure that Roach would, in practice, emphasize, look, when you get the lead, play tight defense against this team because they can explode at any time. But in the minds of the players right now, for the vets that were here in last year's playoff loss, they really want to pile. They really want this game. They want to rub it in a little bit. I would not be surprised if that is the case. And the vets that have been here for both playoff first-round losses in the past couple of years, this is a huge occasion for them. There's a big scrum at the net. It is shot wide. In the corner. He will try to get it out again.
Stop talking smack.
Up ice we go. We're at 2:26 to go in regulation. Shot went aside. Coming into this game,
Captain.
many critics said
Let's go, Cap.
the Tanners were doomed to lose to a team that they have lost in their last, at least to my knowledge, their last 3 games to. Going back to their first round playoff loss last year and their 2 regular season games this year. However, Michelle Roach has answered the critics by saying, you don't know us. We can take them out just as easily as any other squad in this tournament can. Very good teams in this tournament, however. There's the 21-0 Austin Prep team. Next game, whoever wins this game will take on the 19-1-1 Tewksbury-Methuen squad as Buckley saved. It's floated up in the air and it just ricochets down the length of the ice. 1.5 minutes to go in regulation. Very good squads left in the tournament after this.
Oh, they're fired off right now.
The winner tonight advances to the quarterfinals of this Division I women's tournament. Before I got here, I believe Wellesley was playing a playoff game. Wellesley won 5-0 as we hit 1 minute left to go in regulation. The Tanners lead it by a score of 4-0. They shoot it down the length of the ice. Peabody is trying to clear the zone for the last minute to go. They can't. St. Mary's trying to get a goal for good measure here. Just to say that we're able to put one past Abby Buckley. We get 34 seconds to go, 33 to go. Down to the corner. Under 30 to go. Tied up in the corner. Are they going to hold the puck there just to kill off the clock? And nope, we get a stoppage of play as the puck didn't move for a certain amount of time as we had 21.8 to go in the regulation period. The Tanner bench already up on its toes, ready to rush the ice. Congratulate their goaltender, Abigail Buckley. Down behind the net they go. Shot in front of the net, nothing happening there. Caro, oh, and Peabody almost made it 5-0. And we're gonna get a stoppage of play. The face-off up high with under 10 seconds to go. These refs really making these fans wait. Puck drop. Mark the calendar. March 4th, 2019 Watertown, Mass. The John A. Ryan Rink. Final buzzer goes. The Peabody Tanners will advance to the state quarterfinals in a year that has been so improbable. The impossible has happened here tonight. Peabody has knocked off the St. Mary Spartans. They have gotten their revenge for last year's first-round playoff exit as both teams go on to congratulate their veteran netminders. For the St. Mary Spartans, their season ends in tragic fashion. However, I will give a round of applause to Frank Pagliuca for once again putting together another terrific season. No reason to believe that they won't be back next year. Peabody Tanners, Michelle Roach, hats off to you for the way that you prepared your team mentally and physically for this ever important game. As we see Cassie Mirasolo congratulating her former teammates. And that is all from the John A. Ryan Rink in Watertown, Mass. I'm Bernard Parisi with Peabody Access TV. We will see you versus Tewksbury Methuen in Woburn this Thursday.
I think it's Tewksbury Methuen.